Hello and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. And boy, oh boy, what a rumbustification we had yesterday over Sikhs' rights to carry kirpan underneath their clothes. So it's a little dagger, ceremonial dagger, which remains sheathed. I got a bit sick of hearing the word sheathed, unsheathed, sheathed, unsheathed. For some reason, it's a bit like the word moist. Sheathed just seems to mean something different in my mind. I don't know why. Anyway, got way off topic really quickly. I mean, we're only 50 seconds in and already way off topic on glennzb TV. Should you be allowed to carry a little dagger around, a concealed dagger? And where is the line? If you are not, what about a fork? What about a spoon? Can you carry a concealed spoon? What about if it's a plastic spoon and not a stainless steel spoon? What about a stapler or a letter opener? Or see, it's very confusing, isn't it? It's hard to know what you're allowed to. I once got pulled over by a cop. Which in itself was weird because I was walking. Do people often get pulled over by cops when they're walking along the road? Anyway, I did because I was carrying an axe over my shoulder. And I thought that was a bit heavy-handed. I didn't really think it through, obviously, at the time. I mean, I'd come from chopping up some wood and I was taking the axe back to where I got it from in the first place, i.e. my house. So, you know, if I was in a forest, nothing to see here, but it was a suburban street. So I guess I looked a little bit dodgy. And if I had put it underneath my shirt, probably, again, no problem. So, it's a curly one. Donald Trump, eh? Just every day. So he tweeted this last night of the Trump train running over CNN. So I guess it's kind of, and then he deleted it again because somebody obviously pointed out to him that whole wrestling, throwing Trump to the ground, throwing CNN to the ground outside the wrestling ring, that didn't play so well. Perhaps running them over with a train might not play. He's in charge of us. He's in charge of the free world. Donald Trump is. And today, just to clarify his somewhat conflicting statements over the weekend on the Charlottesville riots or Stausch deaths, he now seems to be going back to saying that there was violence on both sides and both sides are to blame, ignoring the fact that only really one side killed people with a car. So just once again, now Taylor Swift, apparently she's done her bit to fight sexism because the groper, the man, not a fish. There's not a groper fish. The man who groped her has had to pay her a lot of money because he groped her. And so CNN have they got somebody up to talk about, not CNN, sorry, Sky News UK. They got somebody up to talk about this and how great it was and how she's advanced the cause of fighting sexism. But while they did this and while they did this interview, for some reason they insisted on putting up these pictures of her in these outfits. That one there, most of the outfit's missing, certainly the upper part of it. It was a pantsuit sort of thing, but not much else there. And then this one, which was very tight, and I just wondered why they felt that those were the images that they had to put up of Taylor Swift while they're talking about her. Maybe it was empowering, but I mean, it certainly got my attention, but I felt like it got my attention in a sexist way. And it made me a bit sexist just because of the way that it got my attention. I felt sexist because of the way my attention had been grabbed, much like a buttock. Anyway, I felt uncomfortable about that whole situation. So we'll move on to my favourite gorillas instead, which are, of course, FARC. You know, FARC in Colombia. They've laid down their arms and the UN are collecting them up. But, so they're collecting FARC weapons. come on. You can't possibly claim that FARC is not a funny name. I am glennzb. I'm glad they've given up their weapons, but I am slightly worried that we won't be able to talk about them anymore because I love talking about FARC. I am glennzb. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual headset. I'll see you back here again tomorrow.